Radio Underground, episode 33. With me, as always, Brian.
Hi.
What's going on, Brian?
Not much. I just posted an awesome pic to the Radio Underground Facebook page.
What was the picture?
It was, it's the four Lost Boys, you know, from the movie The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
It's the picture of the vampire kids, like they're missing posters.
Okay.
It has their real names and stuff on it.
Bill S. Preston, Esquire.
Yeah, you mean Marco Thompson?
Yeah. Who wants to know?
That's such a good movie.
Michael wants to know.
Lost Boys is a classic.
It's an absolute classic.
Don't let anybody tell you differently.
It's true. So, right off the bat, I wanted to get into Gears 5. We finally both beat it. I beat it a couple days before you.
Yeah.
You beat it. We're going to give spoilers out. If you haven't beat the campaign by now, I don't know why, if you're a Gears fan.
Yeah, it took me forever, and it was basically a week. So,
yeah.
Wait, is that right? No, it took me 2 weeks technically, because I beat it Thursday and it came out the Friday before last, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it took me almost 2 weeks, but I took my sweet ass time.
So, essentially, what happened? The campaign. I love how it plays. I love how it looks. I even love the story until the final act.
Yeah.
And then in the final act, it really let me down and pissed me off. I kind of, even earlier in the game, it kind of implies that, you know, JD isn't such a good guy. And I think, well, maybe he snapped. You know, he's been going through problems with, you know.
Yeah.
Because Lizzie died and because of his call that he made and everything, and then he's bitter and angry. Well, then it gets like deeper into it, and they make Marcus Phoenix' son a war criminal.
Yeah, he's basically a war criminal.
So, in my opinion, that was like cheap because they were just trying to make. I get it. They wanted to go forward with a female lead. Times have changed. Whatever. It's fantasy. I don't care. It's not real war. Okay, yeah, you can have a female lead in a fantasy game.
Well,
fine.
And Kate, like you said, Kate as the main character is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind Kate. She's carries it quite well.
Yes.
But what happened, you don't have to. They should have just killed JD right there when Lizzie died.
Yeah, blown him up with the truck.
But instead, now he's a war criminal. So now he's an asshole and a war criminal. And when you get the next part that's pissed me off is you have to choose between him and Del who you're going to keep alive.
Yeah.
Del is like the Dominic Santiago character. Now, because JD was still alive, I chose to keep him alive because, to me, I didn't want Marcus to lose another close family member. He lost his wife. He lost his best friend, his dad. Even though his son's a war criminal, I still elected to keep him alive.
Yeah.
And
I did the opposite.
But I think what they're going to do now, they put that out there to see how people pick, and it seemed like most people kind of did like me because they, want to
save JD, yeah,
because of Marcus, and that's who they'll keep in the next. But I don't know.
Well, after we talked about this the other day, I looked it up a little bit, and there was a few people like me, but mostly, yeah, you're right. Most people picked like you and picked JD, but I did pick Del, and a couple of people had good points because I guess with Wolfenstein 2 or one of them, and they said The Witcher 3, but I didn't play Witcher 3, so I don't know. Basically, at the beginning, they ask you what you did in the last game. So when you pick that choice, your game runs with that option in it. So they could do the same thing with Gears 6.
So you can create a universe in which your guy lived.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
I hope that's not the case.
Yeah,
because then everybody's getting a completely different game at that point.
Well, see, the thing is, what they could have done with JD, like I said, they could have just killed him off right when he saved Lizzie.
Yeah, that's it.
That would have been fine. Or keep him as a support character. You don't have to make him a war criminal so that you want him to die.
I still didn't want him to die, but...
Yeah, but they did still make him sympathetic. Because they were throwing stuff at me. He's panicking,
Yeah. And he was young at that point.
Yeah, they're kind of going for like the Kent State thing. They were throwing shit at me. I panicked. The whole whatever.
But I picked Del only because I'd played the whole game with him.
Yeah, and it's like your friend.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just keep Del.
Well, see, the right-hand man is always been like, I always kind of admire those type of characters because I never get to be the top guy in life.
Yeah.
So me, I was like, my favorite. I always played like multiplayer as Dominic Santiago.
Yeah.
It was always my guy, and so to me, it was kind of like, man, I don't want to kill either. Pick one. It was kind of stupid, like how you can only throw the knife and save one.
Yeah.
I don't know. The game ended poorly and abruptly too.
Dude, it was. You know what? I liked it because you basically you're at the armory, or you're basically at the Capitol building, and you got to fight the Kraken with the railgun, and then some of your own weapons too. But I liked it up until the point where it's like you beat the Kraken. It's like, all right, now all these people have died. What are we gonna do now? Let's go kill the Queen. Gears of War 5, the end. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know. Like, oh, cool, we're going after.
It was jarring. It was really abrupt and jarring.
Yeah, we're gonna go after Rin, and not now though.
You'd wait till 6 for that.
Stupid.
The Act 4 was 2 chapters. It was chapter 1 and chapter 2, and it seemed it wasn't incredibly difficult. It was a little bit, like in the cemetery, killing some of the stuff, but even that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, and then I kind of like, and it's plus like I like what they did with Baird. He was involved and helped out.
Yeah,
and that was cool. But they kind of relegated Cole to just like he shows up and blows shit up. Yeah, baby, all right, and it doesn't like fit.
And he's in a big robot thing, and all of a sudden, oh no, he's dead. But then he's not.
Yeah, it's like
at the end, like they come carrying him in. It's like, what the?
So why'd you have to kill JD and Dell and leave him? He's like a tributary of a tribute, like a secondary character. And I love Cole.
And he is straight up. He's an NPC in the game. You can't pick him for anything. Well, maybe multiplayer. I don't know. I didn't play any Horde or anything yet.
And he's not as jacked as he used to be either.
Well, I mean, I was doing the math, and those dudes got to be mid-50s now.
Yeah. No, the biggest dude is Clayton. He's like the most jacked guy.
Yeah.
But he was a young kid when we started, so he would be like our age.
I would say he's probably mid-40s.
Yeah, and he's still like his arms are big as everyone's head.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm like, man, looking at it, and it's like Marcus Phoenix. He's old. He's got a beard and some gray in it. I'm like, what the fuck? He's and so I'm like thinking, let me do the math. Think about it. Okay, he wasn't like 20 in the first game. He was like older. He was like 30.
Yeah, he was a grizzled vet.
Yeah.
Hello, Holly. Yes, we are live right now.
And if you want to say that him and Anya had JD like a year after the first game, maybe 2 years, JD's got to be like 25.
Yeah.
So that puts him at like 57 years old.
Yeah, I don't know, like...
and he's still rocking shit.
Yeah. So
different planet, though, different physiologies. I don't know.
So I still think, like... I understand they wanted to go with a female lead. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think, like... You didn't have to forsake JD to do it.
I don't think so either.
I think it's because Gears 4 didn't catch on quite like they wanted. So, like, well, JD was our lead. He should have been like a support character like Baird or Marcus.
Yeah.
Or died, like I said.
Like you said, yeah.
But whatever.
I liked it. I loved it up until that point where I had to pick between the two. Then I was like, all right, I guess. And then when it got to that ending, which... honestly wasn't that. I mean, it was sort of difficult, but it wasn't really that difficult to kill the thing.
Yeah, and
then it was just ending.
And it's a fight. And another thing, a lot of people brought up, and I didn't think about it, but it's a fight you already did earlier.
Yeah,
it's a previous fight.
It is.
Rage did that too. Rage 2, the game.
Did it?
You fight the same guy twice.
Now, Morgan brought up some issues with the multiplayer, and
he actually likes it now.
I gave him a hard time, but doing some more research, I'm not gonna say he was right, but he wasn't wrong. There was people with issues with the multiplayer.
He left the Radio Underground chat
because of me.
Because Brian was messing with him.
Because I keep on making fun of him, but he was technically non-wrong.
Technically non-wrong.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
I can't say he was the other word. That goes against everything I believe in. But he was not incorrect.
Yeah. Well, he said they put out patches and it's great now, and he's playing with cross-platform at PC guys,
Oh yeah,
and he says you can tell because it lets you know who's
who's playing? Yeah,
yeah, and he says it's great now he likes it. See, the thing with Morgan is if he's not totally winning easily at everything, it's broke to him.
yeah, and that's what I thought he was getting at. That's why he does it with. He's done it with a bunch of games. That's why I just assumed he was making shit up, making excuses. And he posted videos videos to me were inconclusive.
Yeah. About the hitbox, man.
But then when I started seeing it, I'm like, man, he may have a point. He's not right, but he may have a point.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. So Morgan, come back to the group chat.
Yeah, come back in, Morgan.
I tried adding him, but I think he might have unfriended me on Facebook.
Over that?
He did it before over some Demi Lovato thing.
Wow.
Or I won him back with the Demi Lovato thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, that Radio Underground chat has it's had people who are at odds with each other, and we didn't leave. Morgan, why do you leave?
He just quits. That's why.
He just out and out quit.
He rage quits things.
Yeah, he can't handle a little bit of pushing.
I don't want to make fun of him, though. I want him to come back. Okay?
We want you back, Morgan.
Come on back.
Yeah. Anyways, let's give our theories on what they're going to do with the Gears series. I think that it would be nice to do the Witcher 3 choose your own adventure thing.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking they're going to bring JD back. That's my opinion.
You think the canon will be, no matter what choice you made, if you pick Dell, you pick the wrong one because JD will automatically be back.
Yeah, so I think that because it just seems like I think they put it out there to see if people like JD or didn't give a shit or whatever. And it seems to me it's 70-30.
Yeah,
JD
it
Dell.
might even be more than that. It might be 80-20, but
the problem is too I think with Dell, even though he was your ultimate right hand man, they didn't give Dell any kind of character depth. Like JD in the first game, you go into his mind, how his family trying to measure up to his father.
Yeah,
Dell is just like your buddy.
Yeah,
but he was been JD's buddy from the first, and then now he's Kate's and.
And if you read it, and I just, because I didn't know who the fuck, I didn't, like I said before, I didn't play Gears 4. I didn't know who Dell was. So I looked him up, and him and JD have been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
So to him, losing Dell would be the worst, but in my opinion, I'm whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know either one of them anything.
And I still have that childhood thing where I want everyone alive, so I have the childhood thing of maybe in Gear 6 it'd be it was just a mirage that she put in Kate's head to make her panic.
Well, I thought I thought about it a little bit more technologically than that. How about this? The tech in JD's arm and all the stuff he uses to keep his arm healed and whatever, his consciousness has been downloaded into that shit, and Baird's going to make him new.
So it's a JD bot.
Well, it could still be a human. Just have to fix his neck, obviously. and just fix him. It'll be fine.
So JD's alive in robot form.
Yeah, something.
And he's like the DB bots. He's a JD bot.
Why not?
You can do that. Why not? Sure.
Yeah, he's back then. You get your wish.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you said, most people pick Dell. So do this. They can't do the same thing with Dell.
Yeah.
Or maybe all the Gears suits that the people wear have that kind of technology.
I have an idea too for an offshoot kind of thing, like a DLC. It could be just a quick 5-6 hour campaign or something.
Yeah,
the Carmine family, because they always die.
Always,
but
not always, obviously.
Yeah, well, Clayton's the only one to not die.
He's the only, yes.
So you could do a thing about him or the Carmine family, and you play as each guy. And you keep dying to get to the next level. So Act 1, this one dies. Act 2, that one dies. It's kind of like Lieutenant Dan, his family died in every war.
Yeah.
So it'd be
that could work. It'd be like
Pendulum War guy dies.
It'd be like in waves. So it's almost like Horde, except if you make it through all these guys, you don't live. You still die, but you move on to the next incarnation of your family, the next member.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Another thing I didn't think about too. Why didn't they do an offshoot, the Pendulum Wars? They need to do that's where Locust hadn't even showed up yet. It's just
them versus each other.
It's the Cog versus the Groznyans, and there's like the Pendulum Wars was like a 4 or 5 army fight.
Yeah,
different factions of the Cog won out. That's why the winner is always the one everyone hates. They're like the Yankees.
Yeah.
So the Cog's the fascist to everybody.
Of course, yes.
And which brings me to another point. Kate yanked off her family necklace.
Yeah.
Because she's so angry at Ma and all that. Now she went full Cog. Now me and you support the Cog, gaming wise, but like, will that hurt her credibility with the more fight the power type Gears fans that like, oh wait, shit, she's full Cog now. Fuck that. Kate's full Cog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Because she, her family was, like a rebel group.
Yes.
Because the Groznyans, it's obvious that they're Eastern Europeans. Her rebel group is obviously Central American of some sort.
Like Grozny is what Foz was, right?
No, he is.
Oh no, he's the other thing.
He is like their version of desert person, like an Arabic, I guess.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
So
the Grozny's are like what the guy who helped you. Oh my God, I can't think of his name.
So the Eastern Europeans hate the Cog.
The Russian dude in the Gears 5. I can't think of his name.
The Mexicans hate the Cog. The Arabs hate the Cog.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Cog.
Mm-hmm.
But the Cog is kind of their imperial, or what do you call it?
They're the Empire.
Yeah, because everybody's a different kind of race and everything.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of like the United States Army, where they accumulate soldiers by conquest.
Hey.
But anyway, we won't talk about that.
As far as another thing with Gears 6, I don't think they should have any time in between. They need to pick up right where Gears 5 left off. They're on the hunt for Mira.
Yeah, they got to go.
Or, I'm sorry, what's her name?
Rena.
Thank you.
Yeah, they got Mira's grandma.
Yes, yeah, I'm sorry.
But Marcus killed her.
Yeah.
Fucking jabbed her shit right up.
That's why I kept on thinking. I'm like, wait, that's not the right name.
Oh, another thing, too, the Carmine deal.
Yeah.
Maybe finally at the end show what Clayton looks like.
See, that'd be great.
I'm picturing a guy like with a total like buzz cut, straight up military. But then again, he could have dreadlocks. I don't know.
Remember the first game? The guy who was in charge of your unit with the bald head? But I think it was...
Kim.
Thank you. I could not think of his name the other day.
Yep, Kim.
I just get a feeling he kind of looks like him, but I don't think so. That's what I keep on thinking. When I hear him talking and then just seeing... He's like kind of tan a little bit. So obviously he's Italian. It's supposed to be Italian.
Clayton, he's...
But for some reason, I just imagined under his helmet, he looked like Kim. I don't know why.
When he would look like frickin' The Situation.
He probably looked like The Situation.
Yeah, but he
or
the thing is,
Ferrigno.
that they use the same exact voice actor for all the male Carmines. It's the same guy.
I'm sure it is. Yeah,
It sounds, hey, go,
It's good. It's a good impersonation.
I know. I nailed it. If you did like they test impersonations, they do the like bars, so like the sound,
Yeah.
it would have been the same.
No, I know. If this would have been a court case, they would have matched up the voices and said, that's a perfect match.
Oh, my God. Mike, you are Carmine. That's what it would say. How did you get it so perfect? Now, I want to talk about, like, briefly, you haven't played Borderlands 3, but I want to rant about it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about it.
I owe mankind this rant.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says, and I've had people surround me. I've been surrounded on this one. Surrounded by Borderlands fans, and the only reason you're saying it to me, Jeff, Phil, Anthony, Fist, all you guys, is because you are Borderlands fans. That game, Borderlands 3, runs like shit. I played it. You have two choices. You can play it in resolution mode, which is 4K basically, or you can play it in performance mode, which is 1080p but high frames.
Okay.
On the 1X, performance mode runs okay, and that's 1080p.
Mm-hmm.
And then resolution mode runs like shit. It looks like to me, it reminds me of, because the first time I built a PC, I didn't know how to like do the settings correctly, and I played Borderlands 1, the first one on the PC. It was the first PC game I played. It looks like that. It's all choppy and shitty and weird, and they got to get patches out. The OG PS4 and my nephew has the Xbox One day one in there. They run the game better. It runs better than the 1X. They did not optimize it for the 1X or the PS4 Pro There's tons of people in forums that agree with me, but I got people that I know personally nipping at my heels about this.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they not having the issues? Because literally everybody has had issues with the game. There's been all kinds of articles. This one straight up says Borderlands 3 has major performance issues on every platform.
See, well, here's the thing. Now, a couple of these guys, like I know that Fist and Frank, Anthony, they have 1S's in day one, so it's optimized for that graphics card. They like lowered the, I don't know, to 720 or something to just make it smooth. Okay,
yeah.
So you get smooth play. But the 1X sucks, and everybody has, like I've seen online that talks about the 1X. It doesn't run good. Now in performance, it's passable. It's not horrible. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not good. And when you do resolution like 4K, it's awful. I don't care what anyone says. That game has not been optimized for the Pro, PS4 Pro, and so supposedly the I don't know, the PC is real bad too. I don't know. I'm not on the PC.
This literally says every platform, including PC. So, just saying.
So, Phil. Oh, he's in here now. Look, there he is. You've only had some sound issues. Visuals on performance mode make it playable. Not good, but playable. It's not hurting my eyes. If I do resolution mode, it hurts my eyes. He's on the Pro. Now here's Jeff. I have the PS4 Pro, and I swear I haven't had... Liar! Both of you are liars! I got backup on the internet that I don't know personally.
You guys are lying.
Now, the day one, when I go in there and see Luke playing it at 720p, it looks good. It flows. It does, the play flows. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it plays. If I'm performance mode, it's doable. It's not bad. I can play it. But man, it's just not optimized. They need to put out patches. I don't care what anyone says. Put out the fucking patches, Randy Pitchford. By the way, did you hear about the scandal he got caught in?
I did not.
To me, it isn't even a scandal. He's the head. What do they call it when you're the head guy at a game? What programmer? What? I don't know the name.
It's not the voice actor.
No.
Okay.
The guy that made the game, the top, like
the Gearbox guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randy Pitchford. Now, there's a big scandal. Somehow someone stole one of his thumb drives, and the main thing was that it had some intel on the game.
Okay.
So it was like, you don't want to give out your codes, like military shit or whatever, or what you're up to. But another thing, he had pornography on there.
Uh-oh.
And they're like, oh, it's this big scandal. He's a creep. He's a pervert. I'm like, uh-oh, they found, you know how bad that can get.
Found the bad porn.
Yeah. No, what it was barely legal, which means 18 or 19. Barely legal is still legal. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody that I know has looked at it barely legal because it's legal. You just go by how the girl looks. Like, oh, wait, she's too close to being not legal for me I ain't looking at this. It's on. It's like, he had barely legal porn. Well,
it might just be barely, but it is.
He probably picked
legal.
It because of how the girl looked, not because like, oh god, she's so close to being. She's closer to being underage. Is it the closer the better? Like, he probably just picked her because that's how he liked how she looked. So even though Randy ran a shitty, made a game that's crappily optimized for my my Xbox One X.
This headline says, I'm gonna say Gears. Borderlands 3 runs crappy on PS4 Pro. Quote. So Jeff's lying.
Yep.
I found it.
Jeff.
I'll send you this article eventually.
By the way, Jeff.
I did not make up that article at all.
Jeff is Hillbilly Havoc on here if you guys are looking at our chat.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Havoc is a good podcast. I like them guys. Check them out. But they're wrong. You're wrong, Jeff, about this particular thing.
I would say they're wrong. I have not had the experience because I haven't played it, but everything I've looked up on the game since it came out a week and a half or a week ago, last Friday, right, 13th.
Yeah,
it says that there's been issues. They've released 2 patches again 2 days ago, and they have more on the way. There's issues with the game. Sorry.
Yeah, that.
And they're not just stupid little patches. They're performance issues.
Yeah, Randy the pervert that looks at pornography that's totally not illegal.
I thought you were talking about, there was a,
Like, when I heard the scandal, I thought it was like,
he's going to jail.
Yeah, I thought it was like Michael Jackson type thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't that at all. It's like, barely legal is legal. Sorry, guys. Now, I'm not saying that I want to date someone that's 18 at 41.
No.
But I'm telling you, it's still illegal.
Yeah, he didn't do anything illegal.
Immoral, yes. Illegal, no.
I don't even know what's immoral. I mean, you like what you like, No, I was just kidding. But, yeah, there was another one with Gearbox involving one of the voice actors where they didn't bring him back, and he's like, I wanted to come back, and they wouldn't let me, and they're like, well, we offered you a job, and you wanted 4 times the money. And he's like, no, that never happened. They're like, yeah, it did, and went back and forth. The thing is Troy Baker, the voice guy, does a bunch of voices, and he did a voice in that. That's a scandal I heard of. It wasn't really a scandal. It was just basically an argument.
Yeah, I need more money.
He basically said he would do it no matter what, and then when they offered him the job, he's like, that's not enough money. But then he said that didn't happen. But then they were like...
That's how it always goes. I'm cool, man. You can pay me whatever. No, I need more than that.
Speaking of Borderlands...
Sure.
Do you know anybody who went to Area 51 yesterday? That has nothing to do with Borderlands, except there's desert in both.
No, and let me tell you.
I wanted to go back to that. I'm sorry. It's been a few weeks since we talked about it.
Go ahead and talk about it, because you know my opinion on it.
So there's been conflicting reports about how many people showed up there. But according to some, the number that seems to be kind of agreed upon was that somewhere in the neighborhood, because there was more than one site. They showed up at a festival in Las Vegas, and then something else was about 3,000 people total.
Yeah, but I heard that
But at the main gate, I heard 75.
Yeah, I don't know what. Listen, guys,
we're never gonna know. It doesn't matter. It was pointless.
You have no right to be on that base.
There's nothing there.
You nerds are so insufferable that I'm rooting for the government for the first time in my life. That's how fucking dumb you are. You're storming a base. Now, I get if there's people that are just trolling, you're having a good time. I'm not talking about you guys. If it's just a fucking thing and you're having fun, whatever. But just don't get yourself killed. Don't be stupid. But for the rest of you that are, we want answers, and Bob Lazar, I told you, Bob Lazar is a liar. He pretty much half of what he said, not everything, but half of what he said is a complete lie. He is a liar. He's a smart guy. He may have worked there. There's some proof that maybe he did work there. There's not aliens there, though. That is a lie. There are no aliens. None. There's no aliens. They've never visited Earth, ever. Because if they did, we'd be under their control.
Yeah, we would fall to them immediately.
If you can fly here from 100 million light years away, we'd basically be like Neanderthals. Like if we found a tribe of Neanderthals that don't even have guns or anything, we just take them over.
Well, I only want to bring it back up again because, like we said, it was the biggest nerds in the world showed up. But the first thing they showed on the news was the kid running by the reporter doing the Naruto run.
Yeah.
Did anybody else want to just stick their arm out and clothesline that stupid motherfucker?
Yeah, I wanted a MP to come by from the side, like a 6'5" MP, and just fucking choke slam his ass right on the scree.
Use all
on the ground.
The scree. Use all the momentum he built up from his Naruto run and just like clothesline him, make him do a couple flips.
Yeah, or fucking take him, like, the ones that are trying to get up on the hills and look in.
Yeah.
And just fucking take them like bouncer style and just have some MP just launch their ass down the hillside so they just get scraped up by the scree.
The scree.
Scree is sharp rock, by the way, that grows on the slippery, too, on those hills that are bordering Area 51. I want y'all to get cut up and maimed by the scree, you nerds.
Scree only shows up in areas where there's large proportions of alien life forms. You didn't know that, did you?
Oh, then there would be no scree. None, because there are no aliens.
That whole thing was just stupid.
Like I said, I want every one of them to get fucking wedgies.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want you hurt. I'm joking around about the hurt, but I want you to get a wedgie and stuffed in the locker. This is what happens when you don't have bullying.
It's I don't know if anybody got arrested. I think somebody got detained, but then they were released. So it was pointless. The whole thing was just the reason to party. You guys got out of work Thursday, made the drive, and you took Friday off. You just wanted a day off work to do something stupid. I understand that. That
Fine.
Wasn't the thing to do.
Yeah. Let's waste our time. Those guys are trying to keep, like, military secrets because, like I said before, you know, I hate to go over it again. They made the SR-71 there. They made the stealth bomber there. They created a bunch of aircraft there on that base.
Yeah.
And it's so we can have better stuff than the people that we go to war with. And you want to go there and expose our stuff. I don't care. I like a little shadow government. A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a ton. I don't want people, like, experimented on or anything like that. But I don't mind. I don't have to know what they're building. I don't care.
I don't need complete transparency in my life. Keep some stuff from me, please.
Because
all I will do is worry about everything if you tell me everything.
Yeah.
Please.
And I want to take this time to point out that I trust the government.
Yes.
100% trust the government. They would never do anything to me or my YouTube channel that I really like and will use to support the government. And that's why I don't want it shut down, because I'm here to help the government.
Yeah, we're pro-government, man.
Well, you keep this channel on.
Keep us safe.
Yeah. And there'll be like a mutually beneficial relationship.
Yep.
I can be a mouthpiece. There's someone there probably like logging off. Fuck these idiots.
I'm not listening to these guys anymore.
I thought they were anarchists.
Yeah. They've never met us.
Yeah. You pirated the airwaves. Yeah, I pirated the airwaves. I'm the first person to pirate the airwaves to promote the government. We're going to go back on FM so we can tell how good the government is, man.
I don't understand those nerds. That's all.
But I don't know, man. There's no aliens, guys. But seriously, I'll break character for a second. You're fags. That's
Yes. Just hide some stuff from me, government, though. It's fine. I promise. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Speaking of aliens, I wanted to get this out there because I didn't know anything about this till a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that there's an asteroid flying at Earth at 18,320 miles per hour right now?
Yeah, when's it going to get here, though? 40,000 years from now or something?
A couple hours. So because somehow, according to the report I read...
that's not good.
Well, no, listen. So the report I read said it's making its way to Earth, and it slipped through the net. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? There's
a net?
Because they have a net. You know, once it gets to a certain point, they're like, okay, that's there. Somehow this one slipped through the net, as they called it. They said net in quotes. So this asteroid, and they're calling it...
What, did Neil Armstrong put a fucking net up there? What are they talking about?
It's just basically a border where it gets to this certain point in space, so it's this distance from the planet, then they start tracking it more. And for some reason, this one kind of slipped through. Okay?
Well,
it's a good defense system, guys. But here's what. It's called Asteroid 2019-QZ1. So we're just going to call it QZ1, okay?
Why don't they have like a cool name like Death Star or fucking Missile? They got to...
Well, it's pretty big. It's like 187 miles. Or 187 feet. I'm sorry. It's 187 miles big.
I was like, what? That's bigger than the one that killed the dinosaurs.
So it's 180. So basically, if you stood on end at one point, it'd be as tall as Big Ben. Okay,
wow.
And it's pretty round.
Actually, before someone makes fun of me, the one that killed the dinosaurs was like the size of Texas. I thought. So 187 miles is way wrong.
No, actually, the one that killed the dinosaurs wasn't. No, the one from Armageddon was the size of Texas.
Oh, okay.
The one that killed the dinosaurs was smaller than that.
So I'm getting my fiction wrong with fiction because Jesus says there was no dinosaur.
So that's how big it is. It's going to come within one astronomical unit of the planet Earth. So watch out, guys.
I don't know.
One astronomical unit. I'm sorry. It's going to come within 0.03198 astronomical units of the planet, which equals 2.9 million miles.
On a scale of 1 to storable food and ham radios, like how fucked are we? That's what I want to know.
One is the least dangerous, right? So I'm going to go with that. It's going to pass almost 3 million miles away, so don't worry about it. That's really close, though.
I know. As far as astronomy, that's like a grazing punch.
Yeah,
really.
So it's pretty close as far as those things go. But my worry was that they said it slipped through the net, which means they missed it at first. How the fuck did you miss it? And it's not just them. It was the whole system, which is us, the British, a bunch of other people that are involved with space stuff together.
You left out the Jews.
Well, they somehow...
You got to throw that in there,
They somehow all missed this thing at first. But looks like we'll be okay. If tomorrow afternoon when we wake up, well, morning, but wake up and Earth's still here, should be good.
True.
Because it's supposed to hit like sometime mid-morning, 8 o'clock in the morning-ish. It's supposed to pass by Earth 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, British time. So we should know.
Yeah, we'll know by that time.
Yeah. So
well, I don't care, man.
I think we'll be good.
We've been swearing a lot, which is fine. We don't censor ourselves.
Have we?
We're saying fuck a few times.
I get to a point where I don't even...
I don't think about it.
No.
But it's because of this point that I thought about.
Yeah.
You know what I hate is the middle in the air type people, middle finger in the air type. Fuck yeah, fuck the world. They're always on Facebook doing
with the picture
of the flipping off. Dude. And the fucking, you know.
It was cool
is
like 20 years ago.
Yeah. If you're, I don't know, let's pass college age.
Yeah.
Maybe that's if you're immature, I'll give you to college age. High school age for normal people. But if you're still like that, fuck you, I don't care what people think, I'll keep being me, man. The people that say that, first of all, they're not comfortable with themselves. No one who's ever said that is comfortable with themselves.
They're playing a character.
Yeah, like, I'll just keep being me. No. Well, if you're miserable, you need to quit being you and be someone else.
Yep.
The only way to help yourself, if you're miserable, is you probably need to change. Implement a few changes in your life. Not, I'm going to put my finger in there and I'm going to keep being the asshole that is mad all the time.
You're not Kid Rock, and even he doesn't do it anymore, really.
Yeah.
So
he's too old to be.
He's like, I don't need to do that shit no more.
Middle finger in the air.
What you going to give the middle finger to?
Yeah.
He was like, the man? Well, he's rich. He loves the man now.
He is the man.
He is the man.
Same thing with, you know who said it best? Is Dee Schneider from Twisted Pussy.
Yeah.
That's a David Spade joke, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was talking about when he was young and angry, he wrote really great metal songs. He's like, I wrote the best shit because I was just pissed off at the world and I didn't like the things around me. He goes, but then when we gained a bunch of fame, he goes, I'm in a mansion, I'm sitting next to my wife, it's sunny out, there's a beautiful pool right there. He goes like, I can't write anything, I'm not mad anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I'm not angry about anything.
You've achieved everything. What can you be angry about?
You know, like, I got a wife, I got a family, I got a mansion. I'm not angry. It's over.
Well, it's not that she's in the same boat, but there's a lot of people that think that's why Taylor Swift always dates people and automatically breaks up with them, so she has stuff to write about. Because everything's like, it's another breakup song. That's all she writes. Because she'll date somebody and all of a sudden, well, I got an album coming out next year. We got to break up so I can write some music.
She needs to date Chris Brown, so he'll backhand her, so she has some more material.
That would give her some good.
Is your man on the floor? You know, hit you in the backhand.
It's terrible.
Oh, Chris.
Chris is good for that, though.
Chris has got some nice combinations that he lands on women only.
Terrible.
Is your man on the floor? Punch your face. All right. Speaking of the music.
Yeah.
You know I don't know why I was thinking about this, but you know the New Kids on the Block, how they're touring again, or they were touring.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, like, their name needs to be NKTRT.
Every one of them.
Because every one of them has, like, muscles and they're jacked and they're like 50.
Yeah.
Like, There's no way that guys that age like have all that muscle naturally. There's no way.
No.
Now I know that Donnie guy was always like a fitness nut, even when he was young.
Donnie,
not
was?
Donnie. Danny Wood.
Danny, yeah.
Yeah. Now we know that friggin' Donnie's brother was always,
Yeah,
a big fitness guy. Marky Mark.
yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
What, they're related? I knew that.
Yeah. But I remember, I was thinking, I don't know why I thought about this, but a guy, I remember I was in 6th grade, and I didn't know anything about filth or smut or any of that. And there was such an anti-New Kids on the Block like sentiment with young men because all the girls liked it.
Yeah.
Remember we went to a grade school, I won't say his last name, but his name was Leon. Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah.
He comes up to me, he goes, no one should listen to them. I'm like, yeah, I agree. He goes, yeah. I forgot what the dynamic was. There was 2 guys in the band. They found, let's just say, because it was a lie anyway, it doesn't matter. But he said, they found Donnie's spur in Danny. I'm like,
spur?
And he said spur, I thought about years later, he meant sperm.
He meant sperm.
Because I didn't go,
unless they were in the Wild West and riding horses that day. Like, let's ride our horses. Oh, my spur.
I was like, what did he mean by spur? I was like, what is a spur? What is this? And he's like, no, man. He goes, it's like they slept together. Like, oh, okay. And then I finally got, but he said spur.
Spur.
But
that's the wrong word.
Like, what kind of, were they so back then? So like, I'm trying to think of like a scenario how that would be figured out. Like they tested you to make sure you didn't have sperm in you, so you weren't gay in the late 80s.
Yeah, well, how would they discover that?
All right, we got to check your guys' ass. Make sure you ain't got no sperm in there. And then if you do, we're gonna tell the larger community,
the world.
Oh, he's got sperm in him. He's gay. Things were really hard for gay people back in 1990. They would sperm check you.
Yeah. No, they had checkpoints.
They would go around and they had like a USADA of sperm.
They did. It's like, when you would try to go from East Berlin into West Berlin and stuff, and they had Checkpoint Charlie. They did that to make sure people passing between different states didn't have sperm in their butts.
It was a sperm checkpoint. Hey, this guy's
so stupid.
And then if you had sperm in you, they carted you off to Gayland. It was a camp.
That's the camp. They call the camp Gayland.
Yeah, and you had to. Well, they call it Gayland.
Gayland.
It wasn't said Gayland. It's Gayland.
Okay, like Ireland.
Yeah.
And
then they rehabilitated you, give you a second chance.
So stupid.
I love the rumors in grade school. They were the best.
Oh my God, there's such bad ones.
Yeah, that's so wrong.
It is. This needs to be a clip. Make the whole Gayland thing a clip, Mike.
Sperm checkpoints, we'll call it. We're gonna cart you off.
You got called spur checkpoints.
Spur.
Oh God.
Spurring him. Because we don't have we didn't have an oppressive society. We didn't put you in a camp. Actually, we just told the world. Yeah, you get spur in you.
Oh, not again.
You have to do community service till you get that spur out of you.
It's terrible.
Oh, that was a great. I was thinking about him. I wonder what happened to old Leon.
I don't remember.
How he's
we
doing.
were talking about the TRT. So the Wahlberg, the lesser known one, Mark Wahlberg. He's the lesser known Wahlberg.
Yeah.
It's like Paul's number 1, Donnie's 2, and then Mark is 3. I heard one of his songs on the way here, and it made me think about stupid fucking lyrics. Because his song, you've heard his song "Good Vibrations" before when he was Marky Mark. What was the vibrations? Good like sun kissed, make me want to know who done this. What the fuck does that mean?
That is he's better than Rush at lyrics.
It's good like sun kissed.
It's good. Like,
I don't know if that was like an ad for Sunkist back in the day and he was just mocking it or using it. I don't remember that ad campaign. But I just heard that. I'm like, that's fucking so bad.
Sun-kissed.
Make me want to know who done this. Done
Yeah.
what?
What do they do?
What was it that was done by them?
You're curling cinder blocks on an Olympic bar. I know that. He was definitely on steroids.
Yeah.
Because he leaned down by the time he made Boogie Nights.
He did, but he's jacked again now, so.
Yeah. What I wanted to talk about, I got to pee really bad.
Yeah.
But I think we talked about Boogie Nights before, or at least to a certain extent.
A little bit.
But I want to have a brief conversation. I'm going to go pee and let you start because I know you're with me. Boogie Nights is one of the best non-Predator movies. I really like it.
Oh, I agree.
Boogie Nights is a great non-Predator movie. Give a quick opinion on why you think that while I pee, and then I'll come back and jump in because I got to pee really bad.
Okay. By Predator, he means the Arnold movie Predator, not like movie about predators, because that'd be a bad movie. Boogie Nights, when it was coming out, everybody was talking about it because it had penis in it. Like, oh, he's hung in it, but it was prosthetic. It wasn't the Wahlberg's dong. But the point was, it was supposed to be a seriously dramatic movie, and they were talking about Oscars because it's so good. There's so much drama going on, and it's talking about the porn business back then, and it's gritty, and it's like, and I watched that movie. I still watch that movie, and it is one of the funniest. It is one of the absolute funniest films I've ever seen. I don't know how serious it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know if they intended it.
I don't know, and I don't know if this was intentional, but if we're just sadistic or bad people, that movie is funny. That is a hilarious movie. I laugh every time I watch that movie, and I don't even know if the parts I'm laughing at are funny. It's just I find them funny. Like the whole part with Philip Seymour Hoffman trying to kiss Mark Wahlberg. He's like, I'm so stupid. I'm stupid.
Yeah. Well, the movie, it had everything.
Yep.
And I know you're supposed to look at it. These are people who aren't intelligent, and you're not really supposed to be laughing at them.
No, we're not.
But we were totally laughing at them. And it came out, I think I was 19 or 20 years old. I was young. And even then, I knew I just couldn't quit laughing at it.
The William H. Macy stuff, just knowing his wife is just fucking random
people everywhere.
In the driveway, and then when he just
his haircut was like the Brady Bunch mom.
It exactly was. It was the Florence Henderson from the Brady Bunch hairdo on a man. It was so bad. But when he just walked in with the gun and just kind of smiled and shot himself, it's like why he did it was horrible. Or the whole scenario.
Well, it was a super creepy movie, but maybe I'm like, just to deal with it mentally, I laughed at. But like that one scene, like the creepy guy that fronted all the money for the films, that older guy.
Was he the colonel?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah. So he just randomly. So they told me you have a great big cock.
Yeah.
May I see it? And he just
whips it looks at it,
and he has like his teeth are showing, and it just looked real weird. It was just one of the movies, like, it was so raw, it, like, seemed real for some reason.
That's what I mean. It was like, before it even came out, it was at film festivals and stuff, before anybody decided to put it out at theaters, because it was going to be NC-17, and it ended up being an R. I don't know how they got that, but nobody was going to touch it, but it was like, it's a serious drama. It's, it's gritty. It shows how the life was back then. Super serious movie.
It spawned a style of porn.
It really did. Yeah.
The random pick a guy out of off the street and have him screw a porn star girl.
Yep.
I never saw that until that movie had come out, and then it became a whole thing. Brazzers and Bang Bus and all that shit.
It was just the Thomas Jane in that movie. Thomas Jane didn't do anything at this point. I mean, he was just in this movie. He just walked into the backyard, just strutting into the backyard. His mustache and kind of a crooked smile. Todd just saunters in, and him walking into the fucking backyard kills me every time. I don't know what it is about the look on his face, the music that's playing, but I laugh just because of the stupid look on his face.
It's so
every single time.
It's so perfect.
John C. Reilly in that movie is the best. He's so good in that movie.
Or him and Dirk when they were doing the recording session.
Oh, I still listen to the music. It's the worst music ever, but I still listen to it.
How come you guys haven't liked our stream? There's 4 of you concurrently. We need likes.
Give us thumbs up, guys.
Thumbs up right now.
But
by the way, thanks, Jeff. Glad you're listening from Hillbilly Havoc.
Yeah.
We don't have any means to call you, or we would, because you have the equipment that I had that I could do calls with.
Soon-ish.
But soon we will.
But if you haven't seen Boogie Nights, do it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and the OD scene.
The OD scene.
That noise he makes, we did that noise. I don't know if it's like psychologically I didn't trace it to that, but I watched it years back. I'm like, holy shit, that's a noise we do like when we're like mock panicking or freaking out. He's like, her nose is bleeding. He's just sitting there like he's so tweaking out.
It's so what was the other scene? And it's a super mean scene, but where his mom tells him how stupid he is. Like, you're stupid. It was so mean, but I don't know.
Boogie Nights is such a great movie.
It really is.
It's the fight at the end where Burt Reynolds and Mark Wahlberg are arguing. He goes, "I fucking know karate, man."
Yeah,
like he gets into like a side stance, like he's gonna take on Burt Reynolds.
It was.
It's my big dick.
The part at the very end where they actually show the penis for the first time, I was at that point. No, it was a couple years later. But I remember I was having a conversation with a couple girls, and one of them said, "Yeah, it didn't even look that big." I'm like, "It was fucking soft."
You know, that's funny you say that because I was with a girl that said that too. Not like a girlfriend, but I was a woman that said that. It was I can't remember her name. I guess it doesn't matter because I wouldn't want to say it anyway.
Yeah.
But Brad's old girl.
Oh yeah.
She said it. I'm like, huh? I'm like,
it was like
soft.
It was like 7 inches soft.
I'm like, that's a pretty, I got a tall boy Miller Lite I'm looking at, and it was like that length soft. That's pretty good.
It was, and I don't want to get sidetracked and just talk about.
Everyone can't be a foot. Everyone can't be a foot long like me.
But I don't know what you women have been dealing with, but that's not normal.
Yeah,
that's not a normal dong.
You've been fucking Shaq or something.
But that's enough about men's penises.
Absolutely enough. We're done.
Boogie Nights, dude.
One of the best non-Predator, Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator movies.
Just the first Predator film.
Yeah.
Hey, remember a couple weeks ago we talked about that dude that was in jail for talking shit about the judge?
Yeah.
So the dude, I didn't realize that he was posted bond the first time, but then they rearrested him because he said more stuff. So he's been in jail since July. Still. Until Thursday when he got his day in court.
Damn, where's like some kind of constitutional lawyer or somebody get his ass out?
I don't know. I know like a few people were upset about it. Kevin was one of them. Kevin, your old singer.
Kev usually listens. By the way, Kev, what's up?
He shared a petition to sign to get this lady in trouble, and I did just because it's Kevin. But dude's been in jail since July. And the Judge Rancilio, I'm saying her name, I don't care.
Hey, Rancilio.
Rachel Rancilio, the judge.
That sounds Italian. I take it back. I don't want any problems.
So she testified in his court case was this week. She testified against him on Tuesday, and they did all this stuff. It went to the jurors on Thursday, and they deliberated for a full 26 minutes before they acquitted him of all charges.
26 minutes.
26 whole minutes. And they're like, yeah, this guy didn't do anything wrong. Let him go. And they did. So just wanted to let you know that it was an update on something we talked about a few weeks ago. Now, justice has been served.
Good. Rachel Rancillo, you are a shitty human being.
It was honestly, I was just reading the petition again. It was to impeach her.
I'm not even going to give you your proper title. You are not that J word they give to people that interpret law properly.
Unless something happens.
You are not that.
Unless something happens and I end up in front of you, then I will show you the utmost respect.
Yeah, well, I don't drink and drive, and I don't fight. So
that's true.
You ain't getting me.
Oh, I almost forgot. Happy Batman Day.
Oh, yeah.
Today's Batman Day.
Happy Batman Day.
80 years of Batman.
Yeah, to our buddy, another Kevin. He does videos and stuff. Sometimes he watches our clips. The Kevin that does the Batman. You know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Kevin. Well, he's a public figure. Kevin Lawson.
Kevin Lawson.
Yeah, check him out. Check out Kevin Lawson. I believe he's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And he's more family oriented. He's like a laid back guy, and he's not a filth bag like we are.
But he's also Batman.
But he's also Batman.
Yeah. Well, it's Batman Day today. I don't know if they made it because it's officially the 80th birthday of Batman, or if it's just today was the day they picked. But 80 years of Batman. That's amazing.
So today, everybody's parents were killed today. Everyone's parents.
In honor of Batman, all of you have dead parents now.
Yeah, y'all have dead parents, anger issues, and
billions
of dollars.
Woo!
And you're a little dark, and you kind of lurk in the shadows. You're not as strong as Superman, so you're a little more evil in a way.
But you've got ways to take him out.
Yeah. And you're,
I guess,
kind of mean.
Yeah.
All right, Batman Day.
Happy Batman Day. I just wanted to say that before I forgot again.
No, that's a good thing.
Batman's good.
I'm trying to think of my notes. I want to fight hard to keep vaping legal.
I had it on my list too, so good.
Because I prefer the cotton candy smoke to the actual cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
And I don't care if your lips get blown off or your fucking cheeks get blown out or whatever they claiming. It's much more pleasant because there was nothing worse than breathing in that cigarette smoke when you don't smoke and it burns your fucking eyes.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
I don't have a problem with smoking per se. It's just more pleasant to breathe in the cotton candy.
I will agree that the scent is definitely better than the cigarette scent.
I don't care if your lungs look like fucking stalactites. I'd rather you keep vaping.
What do they call it? It's a popcorn lung?
Yeah.
It's just if I had my opinion, I don't want the government stepping in to regulate it or do whatever they're going to do to it. I just think you should stop because it's dumb.
Yeah.
Just stop smoking. Not just vaping, stop smoking also.
Yeah.
They've been telling you for 50 years this shit kills you. Start listening.
Why don't you do like me and take on eating?
Yeah. Do something.
Do
something healthy.
Yeah, just eat.
Eat a lot.
I don't smoke. I don't vape. I don't do any of that. I've never done a narcotic in my life. I just overeat, which statistically kills you quicker than narcotics.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
But I don't have to rob you though to get food.
I've never looked into the technology of the vaping, but if just based on what I've seen, isn't it basically you are breathing in moisture and stuff?
Yeah, I don't get.
Is it like a humidifier type effect?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
because if it is, you're breathing liquid into your lungs.
Wouldn't a sauna
and that's
kill
called
ya?
pneumonia.
Yeah. Well, I have a CPAP machine because I like to eat, so I have a CPAP machine. That's how that ends for you, by the way, when you get in your 30s.
Yeah.
So I have a CPAP machine.
Yes.
And you have to put distilled water in a chamber.
Yes, I know. Yeah, my wife has one too.
Yeah, you put a distilled water in the chamber, and you got to have the moisture so it keeps your throat. So to me, now it's not a plume of smoke like vape, but it's moisture.
Well,
and occasionally I do wake up like hacking because of that moisture.
Yeah.
But it's better because I've had that chamber run out. Oh my God, it feels like. Feels like you've been huffing bonfire all night if it dries out. So I don't know. To me, it's one of those things. There's not enough data to prove to me that vaping is good or bad. Smoking, you have, eons of.
There's a lot of data.
Yeah, but there's no data on the vape.
No. Right
now, not enough. You get occasionally a chick blows her face off, but your iPhone can blow up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Michigan was the first one to decide they were going to outlaw those fruity flavor ones because they were targeting kids. And then it seemed like a bunch of people started following suit. Like New York was talking about it. Now the United States government, they're talking about it.
Yeah.
Banning the vapes. I think that's overstepping.
I don't even vape. You hear that?
Yeah, see, he doesn't need to vape. he's already got the lungs
You can
of an
die
80-year-old.
without vaping, I'm telling you. I can show you the way.
I think they are overstepping. Obviously, people under 18 shouldn't be smoking anything, regardless of what it is. I don't care, vaping or not. So, but if you make it 18 and above, those people are adults making their own choices.
Yeah.
Why the hell are you gonna outlaw it?
I don't like the government stepping in.
Nope, not for something like that. Please don't.
Except for Area 51.
Step in for that
wedgies
shit.
and beatings for all them nerds.
Yep.
Step in. Government has my full support.
Just
leave
that.
the vapors alone. Even though I'll never
dump
vape.
that shit out right now. Stop those nerds.
Now,
We're
nothing,
nerds too.
Yeah,
We're nerds.
Absolutely.
We're not that big of nerds though.
Nothing will affect me until you ban McChickens. Then I'm gonna get mad.
Oh my god.
I had 2 McChickens tonight already.
Did you?
Well, before you got here.
Well, I didn't see you eat anything, so I didn't think. No, they're good. And are they still on a $1 menu?
$1. I got 3 of them.
See, I stopped at Checkers the other day because I had a coupon, which I don't usually use the coupons, but it was basically if you spend $3, you get a free mozzarella sticks with it.
Oh yeah, so they get the sticks there.
It's mozzarella sticks, which they're like mozzarella sticks, normal ones, but they're bigger lengthwise.
So they're monsterellas.
They're like, oh, they're bigger. They're longer, but they're not as thick, which sounds really bad.
Yeah.
But basically, you got to spend $3 and you get a free mozzarella sticks. They have the spicy chicken on the 2 for $3 menu. So if you get a Fry Lovers burger and then their spicy chicken from Checkers, you get a free mozzarella sticks. But that spicy chicken was the first one I've had in a long time from Checkers, and it was delicious. It
Was it
might
good?
be tastier than a McChicken.
No way.
Dude, it's got a little bit more spice to it.
Well, see, the thing is, the McChicken, I bring them home and then I put the hot sauce on it.
Oh, so if you're
So if I ate them raw, see, I haven't ate one plain probably in about 3 years, so I don't know.
does it still have like more mayonnaise than chicken on it?
No, they put about a medium amount.
See, that's the one thing I liked them, but I can stand mayonnaise to a point, but it got to a point where there was more mayonnaise than anything, even more than bread on the sandwich. There was so much mayonnaise. I was like, fuck this noise.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is,
you're bringing it home. You're tricking out your McChicken. So
yeah, I deck it out.
there's
man.
nothing stock about that thing. It's totally tricked out.
I put a Texas Pete on there,
Oh.
or a little bit of Frank's Red Hot.
Oh, my wife's cousin ate a piece of a Carolina Reaper last night.
Oh, how'd he fare?
Well, he posted the video. I'll see if I can somehow share it. But he posted one video and
Share it on our page.
well, I'll see if I can. I'll try to find it. I won't try to find it. I will find it. It's like I don't know. I can't remember his name now. How am I going to find it?
I don't know him. I don't know if I have the authority. You're a moderator of our page. You can do whatever you want on
But
our page.
he ate a piece of it. It was like on the end of a fork, so it was a okay size piece.
Yeah.
It took up 2 prongs of the fork, so that's a good sign. But he ate it, and he's like, oh, that's a little hot. And then the video stopped. But then he posted a second video from a few minutes later. He's like, yeah, this is pretty bad. So Carolina Reapers, for your information, are hot.
Now, there's now I ate the ghost pepper chips,
Yeah.
which are roughly half the Scoville of a Reaper.
Yes.
A little under half. I think I can do a 1 chip. I really do.
You should try it right now.
I don't have one.
Oh, where'd you get them from?
You got to order them.
Oh.
They're not like on the commercial market.
Yeah.
Now, there's a YouTuber called Johnny Scoville, and he eats ridiculously hot shit.
Yeah.
I
That's a
mean,
good name.
ridiculously hot shit, like that would kill you. And to me, he was the top guy. Like I said, they have a plutonium, which is an extract, which is hotter than a Reaper.
Yes.
Because it's basically a chemical that they make out of Reaper shit and make it even crazier. He ate a vial of it, like a bottle, and he was like, "This feels like an ember in the middle of my chest." And he was like, but he took it. He was able to do it. He didn't have he's amazing. He did the 1 chip challenge, and he ate 21 chips of the Pocky Carolina Reaper based 1 chip challenge. Nobody does that, man. That's absolutely absurd. So I thought he was the best.
20 of them?
20.
That's insane.
But there's a woman in England. They call her the Queen of Heat. Not the Heat Queen like a cat, but she's the queen.
She's in heat all the time.
She just fuck anyone that comes near her. She'll straddle you and drain
Get
your
a
balls.
crotch post.
Yeah. Anyways, the Queen of Peppers. This chick.
That's actually a worse name, the Queen of Peppers. Sorry.
She beat Scoville because he's not a speed eater, okay? He can handle the heat, but he can't keep up with because she's more speed eater.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're doing a duel today. I don't know how it ended. It happened today. Johnny Scoville versus the Queen.
What?
It happened today.
Why am I just hearing about this?
She came to America. Anyways, the last time they competed, she ate 51 Carolina Reapers.
That's stupid.
51. I think Scoville did like 48 or something. Anyway, she beat our American hero, this British chick. She's kind of hot, by the way.
Oh, she sounds hot.
And looks like a total like mom kind of look. Anyway, I don't even know her name, but I think she's unbeatable in the eating. One day I'm going to either do a Carolina Reaper or a one chip. Whatever I can find on the internet cheaper.
I don't like his braid on his beard.
Yeah, he's got 2 braids, I think.
What?
One goes one way, one goes the other. Anyways, him and the Queen battled. She flew to America. And there's a third guy, I guess, that's on their level, and the winner of that faces him back in England in a couple weeks.
Really?
So that's how the heat goes.
That's a really stupid competition to have. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Basically, who has the most tolerance to pain?
Yeah, it's basically what it is. Like I said, when you ate those chips, I ate half a chip, and that was enough for me. I don't need more heat than that. If something has heat, that's fine, as long as it also has flavor. I didn't like the flavor that went with those chips you had.
Yeah, well, supposedly the Carolina Reaper has a terrible flavor, and it hurts.
See, why? I eat stuff to enjoy it.
But you're not proving yourself.
I don't need to prove myself.
You got to prove yourself.
I don't
know why you got to prove yourself. I'm just saying you got to prove yourself.
I'm going to prove myself right into dying by eating that stuff.
Not being in absolute pain for no fucking reason.
You messaged when you ate those chips the next day at like 2 p.m. You're basically you said, "Oh man, my stomach's still jacked up." It was like 13 hours, or actually it's more than that. It was like 15 hours later.
I had a rough time.
Yeah, I bet.
And that was just with I think I don't even think I had 10. I think I had 9 ghost pepper chips.
I think you got to 9. Well, somebody asked me about him yesterday, and I told him that you were in pain. He's like, "Yeah, I bet his asshole was in pain the next day." It was James.
Yeah,
he's like, "I bet his asshole was in pain the next day." I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, here's the thing: the asshole didn't burn at all. That myth. I don't know. Maybe if I kept up with it, it would work. That didn't happen. But what happened is my lower intestine. There's noises that happen and shit. You can tell there's definitely gastrointestinal disturbance.
Yes.
And it fucks with you for about 24 to 36 hours. But you know what did it to me worse than that is those Korean heat noodles.
Oh,
noodles.
Yeah.
They're not as hot as the ghost pepper chips.
Yeah.
But you ingest more flavor and it's like a lot in there. So let's say it's half as hot or a quarter of as hot. But it's the amount of the flavoring and everything.
It's the MSG and the sodium and everything too.
Yeah. Ooh, them Korean. I forgot they have a Korean name. Kung Chang Chong or something like that.
So racist.
I ate the Kung Chang Chong and they burned my stomach.
Well, it was fun being on YouTube, but we're getting the band hammer coming.
I can't be racist towards people smarter than me.
Nah, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that's my reasoning. They have a better life than me. I can make fun of them if I want.
Hey, I bought one of their phones, so it's fine.
Yeah. Look, we lost a few. Someone just left. I said a viewership left.
Anti-Korean sentiment. I'm not listening to that.
Come on, I'm not Walkowski here. I'm not calling them the. I don't know.
Never mind. Yeah, let's not do that.
All right. We'll focus. We'll focus.
We're going to focus on something.
All right. Oh, yeah. I want to talk about Michigan football briefly.
Oh, please.
Now, I said this today, and not just out of torment, but out of reality.
I completely agree with what you wrote. I saw it.
Michigan was always a very good program. Never great. Overrated.
Probably.
Never great. Good. Top 10, but never elite. And they were a little, because of the TV contracts and the big stadium, they were like portrayed as elite. Now they're just average. They're an average program.
Yeah.
Michigan football is an average football program. They're not the most overrated. In my opinion, the most overrated football program is the Texas Longhorns, in my opinion.
Yeah. I was going to say Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is you know what? They're third then, because I think Notre Dame's really overrated.
Just the exclusive contract they've had with NBC for like decades, and they haven't won a national championship in decades, even longer than Michigan. Since Notre Dame won one.
Michigan won 97.
Yeah, co-championship, but fuck that shit. They were the national champion.
Yeah, well, because another overrated program, Nebraska, also got the co-championship with them, and they were.
There's no reason for that. There should not. Anyways, either way, Notre Dame is to me the most overrated. A lot of people don't like Alabama, but you know what Alabama has?
Championships.
Lots of championships.
They had them in the 60s and 70s, and then now.
Yeah, Saban's won a few.
Yeah,
people could say, because they schedule these easy games, but Michigan had started off with 2 easy games. Well, Army might not have been as easy as a lot of people thought it was going to be, because Army was a good team last year. But when they schedule these games, it's 3 years out. So when you're scheduling these people, when they schedule them, Army was not good. So,
to me, Michigan as a really good program kind of died when they lost to Appalachian State.
That killed them.
That fucked everything up.
Yeah.
That was a sports upset for the ages, and it just ruins everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when that great wrestler from Siberia lost to Rulon Gardner, Alexander Karelin. He's this big, giant Russian guy. He didn't lose for like 13 years. And then this fat guy just whoops him.
Yeah.
And it just kind of ruined. He's like, I'm retiring. I'm done. It's like,
well, I would too.
When you have the major upset like that, you're just fucks everything up.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe a major upset, but maybe for him personally, a relief that
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. What was his name?
Alexander Karelin.
Okay.
Or Karelin. I think that's how it's properly.
Like from Dragon Ball, Karelin?
K-E-R.
No, that's not right.
Lin. I don't know how to spell.
Okay. I'll look him up later. But yeah,
he was huge.
It's yeah. But he had a 13-year streak going, and then all of a sudden for it to go away, like you said, it's probably pretty heartbreaking, but also, woof, sigh of relief.
Yeah, you don't have to think about it like I can't lose.
Like Michigan, most of those guys are gone, or a portion of those guys are gone at the end of that season. It's like, oh, we're done with that. We don't have to worry about that again.
Yeah.
When they lost to Appalachian State.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody in Appalachia say it that way.
I heard one person. It was Billy Ray Cyrus, and he was hosting a special on. He kept on saying Appalachia, but even when he said it, he seemed uncomfortable saying it. They're like, well, you got to call it this. And he's like, why? But he just did it because money.
Well, I guarantee you that he's from Flatwoods, Kentucky, which borders Ohio, right across the Ohio River. No one in Flatwoods, Kentucky is saying Appalachia. Guaranteed.
Just from the times I went to Kentucky with you, I don't think anybody would ever say Appalachia.
And man, his daughter turned out to be nuts.
She's nuts.
Wow.
She divorced a Hemsworth. That's again. I think that's against the law.
Yeah, you can't divorce Thor's brother.
Yeah.
Ever. Can't do that.
He was in that movie.
He was in that movie about Thor.
Well, he was Thor, but the brother, the one that she divorced, was in other movies that I can't think of any names of right now.
No.
Because he's the lesser Hemsworth.
He's a lesser Hemsworth.
Yeah.
He's not as ripped.
Oh, he's in the Hunger Games movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't care about those.
No.
Jennifer Lawrence is hot as fuck, but I still don't care.
Yeah.
I can't make myself care.
No.
But I don't know. More on a local level or a personal level, because every week I bitch about shit. I'm going to bitch about a couple things that happened to me.
Okay.
I hate my neighbors.
They fighting again?
No, it ain't smooth. It ain't smooth, Phil. You're lying to me. The Xbox One X doesn't play that game smooth. Borderlands, Randy Pitchford, the barely legal pervert, put out a shit optimized game. Fuck him.
When you said smooth, I automatically thought you were talking about the Rob Thomas, Carlos Santana song. My bad.
I
I don't even know the words of that song.
But
Ocean.
I will say this, Phil, though, all joking aside, you said switch to performance mode. It is playable at performance mode. Still not good. It ain't good. I don't care which side.
Playable isn't what I want.
Playable.
I want to be playable and awesome looking.
I don't have welfare internet, Phil. I got 250 download, bro.
Yeah.
I got
He's
an
got
ego.
faster internet than me.
Okay, anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
So the other day, I have bad night vision, so that's part of the problem. But there's another thing. There's a synergy of issues that cause this near fight. I'm going to go to the store, and I'm heading there down my street, and I'm going to bitch about my neighbors like I do every week. And it's pitch black, and there's no, like, when you get closer to 12 Mile, there's barely any streetlights. It's dark. I get real close, and all of a sudden there's a fucking tire out in the road. So this guy's working on his truck, and he puts his tire. You know how, like, if you have the down these streets here, you have two cars that are both parked on either side of the street. It's kind of narrow.
One car can, your car can make it through.
Well, this fucking idiot's got his tire laid flat, so it's even more narrow. I almost hit his tire, like sitting in the street. I'm like, dude, get your tire out of the street. And I don't know what he said. He yelled something back. I'm like, someone's gonna hit the fuck. This is gonna cause a problem. Then he comes off the porch like he's like wanting to fight or whatever.
Wait, hold on. The tire was in the street, but he was not.
He left it. That's the point. If there was a person there, I would have absolutely saw like, oh shit, and around whatever. And he just had the tire sitting and he was on the porch. And I go, get that fucking thing out of the street, and then I drove off, And then I came back, and then I drove back, and then the tire was moved or whatever. So that was.
I would have drove back the opposite way.
So that was incident 1. Incident 2. This wasn't. I didn't even say anything. I was so like aggravated. I'm at Walgreens, so I got the Walgreens setup thing. So you get a big deal when you buy like 2 pops. I have a bunch of shit. I got 2 cases of pop.
Yeah.
I got the cat food, and then it's 2 for $5 I got all kinds of shit. And this girl, I seen that she had a few gift cards, or not cards, like wedding cards or some sort of birthday card.
Okay.
I'm like,
the Hallmark stuff.
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead in front of me. But I noticed she's on her phone. She doesn't say thank you.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I expect thanks when I do something nice, because I'm not a nice person. You're supposed to say thanks to me when I do something pleasant to you.
Yep.
Because I don't want to. I am selfish, and I expect thanks, bitch.
Yep.
Anyway, she sits on the phone, and the girl behind the counter is like, okay, put in your Walgreens card, and she doesn't hear that. She's just talking on the phone, and my point is I should have never let her in front of me, because she took longer than it took for me to get my 40 items.
Gotcha.
She's fucking around, and she's trying to put her card in the. I swear to God, this chick, she's kind of a big girl, by the way. She had like strong hands, I could tell. And she went to put her card in, and it bent the card like, because she didn't do it right, because she's on her fucking phone. And I guess my point is,
don't be nice.
I want phones banned in public. You can't bring your phone anywhere, talk on it in public. You should be imprisoned and put in a camp, because I'm so sick of this shit with fucking phones everywhere.
It's.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about texting here and there, I'm talking about people on the phone. She's sitting there talking her ass off. And I looked at her, I'm like, the reason you got away with that is because you're hot as fuck. That's why you've gotten away with this. She was ugly. She would never be. Someone would have set her straight.
Someone was in front of me at the turnaround. I was going to my mom's.
Backhand, 1953 backhand.
And I knew she was doing something she shouldn't have been doing, because she was in the first lane, and all of a sudden she somehow made her way all the way over to the third lane, and then got into the left turn lane in front of me. to make the turnaround, you know? This is over by Taco Bell. So I'm going over to my parents' house. And she wouldn't go. There's like a gap, and she wouldn't go. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe she didn't think it was big enough. And then there was another gap, and she wouldn't go. I'm like, okay, something's going on. And then finally another gap came up, and she still didn't go. So I beeped at her, and all of a sudden she looked up. I was like, oh, and then waited a second, and then decided to go when there was a car right there. And then, oh, she stopped, and then once the car got past, she started to go. She completed the left turn the entire time looking down at her phone. Onto Gratiot Avenue, which is a busy street. So she got all the way over, and she went really slow, and she went into the parking lot of the mechanic's place because there's something going on with her car, but also her mind because she's fucking stupid. So as I was driving, I stopped right by the driveway. I'm like, get off your fucking phone! And then it started going, and my kids jumped because I yelled loudly all of a sudden.
And see, it's more of a women thing, a young women in particular. You don't see girls.
This lady was not young.
Oh, really?
Dude, this lady was older than us. Okay, I swear.
This totally shits on my narrative.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shits on my narrative.
I wasn't trying to shine a narrative. It just she was the exception to the rule. How about that?
Let me be a bigot towards young women. Let me do it just for once in my life. No, but seriously, man, everywhere I go, there's some fucking asshole or quim on their phone looking at it, not prior. Here's another thing that happens to me. You know, left turn lanes?
Yeah.
You're in a left turn lane, and you got like a real brief light because, the major roads.
Yep.
And you got like maybe 3 or 4 cars can make it. I cannot tell you how many times I've been like just behind one person and not made it because the fucking idiots looking at their phone, and you honk the horn, and by the time they come awake and then go, you don't get to go.
You don't get to go. You will. Okay, so you probably have to deal with it a lot more than I have. So you can't just avoid left turns because your job and stuff.
Yeah.
I've, no joke, Michael, gotten to the point where I will do everything I can to avoid left turn lanes. I won't go to. I'll find
do you work for UPS?
I will find a different way to go that's just as efficient, but I don't have to make the left turn if I don't have to. There's certain spots I know if I make the left turn, I'm fine. But other ones where I'm like, I can't deal with this because these people are going to make it, so I don't make it through this light. So I will do everything I can.
Oh.
Left turns suck.
They do. They're horrible.
I can't imagine doing it in a big a truck.
Like a large field. Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's just you could be in your car.
Yeah, but you get even less time.
You experience this shit all day.
But if you're in a truck, obviously you don't have the takeoff speed of a regular car.
No.
So you don't even have a chance to make the light at that point.
Nope. You and you can't blow it because if you get points, it's on your record.
Your
so I have to maintain a certain level, and I can't just be angry like I want to be as myself. I have to be professional.
Oh, fuck that.
And it's really hard.
Ugh.
And the other thing too that happens to me all the time is I'm driving down and I stay in the right lane out of everybody's way. But I can get going pretty good. Say I'm in a 45, like a mile road, I'm going 45, 50. You would not believe the amount of fucking idiots, especially in the morning when I have a full load and can't stop, will fucking do that jet fighter bank in front of me and to pull into a fucking driveway.
Oh, I'll believe it.
And there won't even be people behind me. It's one thing that's like dense traffic. Okay, the truck's the only gap you got, and I'm a little slower than you can be. But I've had to slam my brakes and let people in front of me, and I'll look behind me, and there's nothing. They could have just fell behind me and not affected my life.
Yep. Oh, I absolutely believe it. I've seen it so many times. Not me doing it to people, but I've seen people do it to trucks all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, like, people go on about, like, all the issues with the world or America. This is why we're falling, or they give some vast political reason, and it's none of that. You know what it is? Everybody acts like a fucking toddler. Whatever impulse they have, they act upon it instead of showing a little restraint, which you're supposed to know after the age of, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to turn there. I have to get up. That's my, like me, I fucked up. I'm a human. I was like, oh, shit, this is my exit. And you miss your exit and go to the next one. You don't do that fucking jet fighter bank across 3 or 4 lanes, risk everybody's life just so you can not miss your exit. especially in a city. Now, it's one thing if you're out in the middle of the country and you got 10 miles or something, but we're in a city. There's 12 mile, then, I guess I'll go up to 10, the service drive or 10 mile. It's easy. You don't have to fucking risk lives.
Yeah.
God, I hate people. They're fucking idiots.
Especially the freeways around here, the expressways and stuff are so congested most of the time. Doing that shit in this area is just plain stupid.
Yeah, I don't get it. And 9 times out of 10, too, when people do something stupid in front of me, I'll look behind me and there's nothing there. They could have totally just fell behind, been perfectly safe.
Oh, so many times.
They don't fucking care. They care about what they're doing because everybody's a goddamn child. It's the same thing like that bitch that I let in front of me at Walgreens. That stupid ass bitch with that nice ass.
Yeah.
She went.
You had your reasons.
Yeah. The ass. I'm like, yeah, go ahead in front of me.
Yeah, check out your butt.
But anyway, she goes in front of me, and she's just oblivious. She didn't say thank you. Said nothing. Didn't communicate with the woman working with her on the counter. Didn't communicate with anybody. Fucked everything up. Not paying attention. It's like, now there's another thing. I can text. I can talk on a phone and do things.
Yeah.
How come no one's capable of that multitask? Am I the only person that can do that?
No, plenty of us can. It's just we're few and far between.
Yeah. The thing is, you prioritize the thing you're doing, and the phone's secondary. Or you say, hold on a second. Like if you got to do something that's somewhat difficult, like math, I don't know. You're like, hey, hold on a second, bro. And then you do that. She didn't even acknowledge the woman waiting on her. She didn't acknowledge me. Nothing. But she looked good in them scrubs. I want to yank her clothes off.
She had scrubs on?
I wanted to yank her clothes off of her. Tell you that right now.
I don't know what it is.
Split her like an atom over Hiroshima.
Dude, I don't know what it is, and I don't know if I'm the only one. Obviously, I'm not because you said it. I think a lot of times scrubs are super hot.
Of course they are.
But they're not. I don't think they're supposed to be.
Well, no, it's like the Catholic schoolgirl thing. It's not supposed to be, but it is.
No, but I mean, yeah, that's true. It's just scrubs are designed to be kind of. They're not form-fitting, really.
It was on her. I'll tell you that, buddy.
Well, maybe in the butt area it should be, I guess. But I don't know, man. It's just something about scrubs.
Yeah, you just have that like.
I'm the opposite of TLC. I want those scrubs.
Yeah. I just you just have that
On my
fantasy
floor.
that like she, walks in and she's gonna take your blood and your blood pressure.
Yeah, I've seen that movie.
And then she takes the instead of doing that, she yanks your pants down, starts stroking it. That's totally gonna happen.
You could actually. I wonder if you could check blood pressure through a penis.
Yeah. Well, if they wrap your mouth around your penis, they can take your pulse potentially.
I was gonna say wrap the blood pressure cuff around it, but blood pressure it's a lot bigger than the penis.
I like to call this segment "Things That Will Never Happen to Me" for 2000. Things that will never happen ever.
Alex Trebek has cancer again.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm sorry. I just giggled at him with cancer. I was reading something at the same time.
You're talking about me getting us kicked off. You're making fun of
Alex Trebek is one of my heroes, so no, I was not laughing at him. I read something at the same time and realized I giggled about his cancer.
Yeah,
Cancer's not funny.
No, it's not. No. Jeff from Hillbilly Havoc agrees with us on the scrub thing. Of course you do, Jeff.
Of course
you're a man. A real man recognizes they come in the scrubs. They're working on you. They close the door.
Yeah.
And before they put your catheter in, they get a sample.
You know what? Honestly, I'm changing that. Don't say catheter, man.
Yeah.
Because literally, we talked about not ever going to prison before.
Yeah.
I will do everything in my power to not ever be admitted into the hospital. But not just because I don't like to deal with the doctors or anything, but I will be damned if you're sticking a tube up my dick hole. I will do everything in my power.
Don't say dick hole around Phil. You'll get him going.
Why?
He's into dick hole stuff.
Oh, really? Like sounding? That's what it's called, the sounding.
Yeah, or urethra stretchers.
He's into
all of it.
Dude, I will do literally everything in the world.
It's so bad.
To keep somebody from sticking something up my dick hole. I'm sorry.
I'm not into dick hole pleasures.
No,
Phil.
Hey, Phil, if you're into it, cool, I guess.
But we're not into it.
Go with your metal rods and glass tubes.
I don't know, man.
I don't know why somebody stick a glass tube up their dick hole.
There's some sick shit on
I saw
there.
one guy show me one.
Here,
where
I gotta pee. You can talk about it.
Well, I saw one. This guy at work showed me one. This guy stuck the handle end of a fork up his penis hole. It was terrible. So, hey, if you're into it, cool, but not cool. That's gross, man. Sorry, Phil. Mike is peeing so loud. We should mic the bathroom so when you pee, it's on the air. But no, please, no urethra play. I'm sorry, I don't get that at all. Ugh.
First time I ever heard of urethra fingering was from you brought it up one time.
I brought it up, yeah, because it was somebody. I brought up urethra fingering to Mike and the guys because I was downloading videos for something else, totally something unrelated. I wasn't looking at porn, and one said urethra fingering at its best or something like that, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? What is urethra fingering? That's a thing you can do."
I'm surprised that there's not like a porn star.
Yeah.
That's named Urethra Franklin. She'd be like the top penis finger girl.
I just like the thought of, first of all, obviously you got to pee out your dick hole, but like some of the people I know that have had stones and stuff and pissed them out, and they one guy described it as pissing a cocktail or an olive out of a cocktail straw.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, Tony. That was his name was Tony. Wasn't really, but he went by Tony. And he's like, yeah, that's what it's like. I'm like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. I don't ever want that. I'm going to change my diet now so that never happens to me. And I'd never change my diet.
Yeah,
but
I'll never drink a single pop. Is that why you didn't drink pop for all those years? The fear of a stone?
No, I just did it, because...
You still don't drink pop, do you?
No, I don't.
I rarely do.
Yeah.
But here comes Phil. Oh, boy, DHPs. That's what he calls them. He'll give you... You don't want Phil to have access to any of your social media accounts because you'll get some pictures that you don't want to see.
All right, well...
You want to talk about sickening pictures?
No, Phil, no.
Phil, add Brian on personal Facebook.
No!
Add Brian. Brian is his name. Add him on his Facebook so you can send him some of these great pictures.
Please don't.
Pinky fingers. That's what he's... DHPs on the reg, son. Ew.
So I got a question for you.
Sure.
This is something topical and right now. I read today that Friends, the TV show, is 25.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that after 25 years, my opinion hasn't changed, and it's still a fucking terrible show.
Yeah. It's totally relatable if you're a upper class person that lives in New York.
That's the thing,
because that's all of us, right?
They weren't. They worked in a coffee house, and
but how could they afford those large apartments?
The guy's apartment made sense. It was a 2-bedroom with almost no living room and a bathroom and a little kitchen. Theirs made more sense, but the girls, that freaking apartment was like 1,500 square feet plus the huge bedrooms and shit. There's no way they could afford that.
Phil said he says I got a crescent wrench and shoot of celery. DHP. A crescent wrench?
What?
Oh, God.
In a dick hole?
No, he's probably right. He's not lying. Don't challenge him because he'll send it.
Oh, I just got a no, I didn't get a message from Phil. But, yeah, I want to bring up Friends because it's been in the news. People are talking about it because it's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched an episode of Friends?
I have 2 sisters, so yes.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I didn't think about that. I know there's people that love it. If it's not the most popular, it's top 3 most popular shows on Netflix. Like, they paid a bunch of money just to keep it for another year. Why? I don't know what it is. That show,
it never.
And I've seen a bunch of episodes because same thing. I was around girls, or
it's
my
never
mom
made
was
me
watching
laugh.
It.
Never.
It's not a great show, guys. It's really bad.
Now, Seinfeld, even though it was not really my thing, I understand the appeal of. Larry David is a good comedic writer.
It was. I think that fits more in my wheelhouse. It was more of a drier humor.
Yeah,
I'm not saying there wasn't some funny stuff on Friends occasionally, but these people that are watching it now, 25 years later, watching every fucking episode over and over again, that's dumb. That show is so overrated.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I'm done with my rant.
Or like Uncle Chael Sonnen, he goes, The Sopranos is an overrated series, and like everyone got mad at him. He goes, I can prove it to you. He goes, how many of you have a box set of Sopranos or have watched it since it's off the air? And everybody's like, it's kind of a good point. Never really went back.
Sopranos season 1, great. Sopranos season 2, I don't know because they took so fucking long in between seasons. I lost interest. I'm not joking. I will look it up. I can't quite confirm it, but I will guarantee you it was going on 18 months in between seasons.
Okay,
that's too long.
That's way too long.
Fuck that. Plus, I got rid of HBO, so fuck that.
Phil, a spiny devil. I think Brian needs to know what a spiny devil is, Phil.
Well,
he really needs to know.
I think I can gather an idea in my head, and I don't want to see it for reals.
Yeah, spiny devil. I think Brian needs to know what a spiny devil is, Phil.
I got a good idea, so please don't.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we finished strong tonight.
I got one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Actually, I got two more things, but the other one...
Well, you can go as long as you want. If you want to keep talking, we'll talk. I don't give a fuck.
Rambo's getting blasted by reviewers.
What, because he's killing Mexicans or something?
No, they said it's a terrible movie.
I don't care about that.
Well, besides First Blood, none of them have been good movies. They're good action flicks. The first one's a good movie.
If people are getting mercilessly slaughtered, then I'm good. I don't care about the plot at all. It's
I don't care.
Do you watch a porn for the plot?
No.
So you watch a Rambo movie for the plot? No, you see people get fucking mutilated.
It's a revenge flick. It's an action flick. That's what the last three Rambos have been. 2, 3, and 4. Or wait, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I guarantee you it's some fucking shit with the political shit. I guarantee it.
It could be, but someone who saw it, and I think he saw it, he said on his thing it was a terrible movie, was Anton.
Wow, if Anton said it, it's probably terrible.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
Because he loves Rambo.
Exactly. And
he's an anti-SJW guy as well.
So I was surprised. I'm still going to see it.
I got to see it for the gore.
It's like literally exactly 90 minutes. I got an hour and a half to spare.
Yeah,
I am not watching it for its staunch political message. I'm watching it to see some action.
I want to see people just skewered. Okay, that's what I want to see.
If a movie comes out and I know that the movie is about a political point or it's got a political message and that is the point of the movie, then I will watch it for its political message because that's the point of the movie. This one isn't coming out to push.
I think it's just like it just happens.
It's something topical. They took it and blew it out of proportion.
Yeah, like he's in a border state, Arizona.
Yeah.
The cartels take someone he knows, and he gets revenge, right?
The funniest thing I heard was, though, it's like Mexico's, it shows, Mexico is horrible, but it's filmed in Bulgaria. It's not even filmed in Arizona or Mexico. I was like, wow, that actually looked like Arizona and Mexico, and that was Bulgaria? That's crazy.
Bulgaria has, like, dry hills?
I guess so.
Okay.
Well, that's how they kept the budget so low on it. So
shows you how much I know.
People are like, because it's not going to be the number one movie.
No, of course not.
Oh, it could have been. If Downton Abbey wouldn't have come out this week, it might have been the number one movie. But my point is this. It cost $20 million to make.
That's peanuts now, right?
It's going to make $20 million this weekend.
Yeah, he's going to make his money
Plus, it's going to be
back.
out for another 3 months in theaters. It's going to make money.
And then people are going to like parody it and share it. It'll make it.
That's the genius of it. And that's what he did with Rambo, the last one, Rambo 4, or he just called it Rambo.
As Jason said when he was here, it plays off its own legend.
Yeah.
And that's all you got to do.
He's making these movies cheap, but he knows that people are going to go see it. It's going to make its money back. But that's not the point. My point is, I don't care about the political message of a Rambo film. Part 3 had a political message, thanking the Mujahideen of what the fuck country? I can't think of it.
What the fuck? Afghanistan.
That one.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Rambo 3 because I support the Mujahideen. I wanted to see people get slaughtered. That is a Rambo film after part 1. Part 1 wasn't about the slaughtering. Part 1 was a good dramatic film. 2, 3, 4, and 5 are about revenge. The end.
Absolutely.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
So, you know Skynet's about to happen, right? Did I tell you about this yet? Remember Skynet, the thing from Terminator that took over everything and killed everybody?
Yeah.
So Google, you've heard of them?
Yeah, I may have heard of them.
They, and none of this has been super verified yet, but NASA, you know, a government agency, accidentally released a report and then retracted it later on so no one could see it, but it was on the internet for 5 seconds, so everybody's seen it. Google has invented a quantum computer, which they've been talking about in theory for many years, all these different tech companies, and Google has done it. And according to the report that isn't out there anymore, but was,
okay,
it can do calculations in 200 seconds. These same calculations on an existing supercomputer of today's day and age would take 10,000 years to perform. This thing is doing it in 200 seconds.
Wow.
So it's been nice knowing all you, but Skynet is happening soon, very soon. We're all going to be.
We are going to be AI dominated.
We're going to be just, you know, like the Terminator's exoskeleton stepping on the skull and smashing it at the beginning of the battle.
Yeah, what if they figure out like how they don't even need power anymore? You know, we could like yank all the power to the computers and they could still keep going somehow.
I want to think it's a hybrid of the Terminator and the Matrix. They're using us to power them.
Ooh.
Like we're the batteries, just like in the Matrix.
And they just because the human body has a certain amount of electricity.
It's
especially the brain.
Bioelectricity. Yeah, it's got enough to. What did Morpheus say? I just watched it the other day. It's we're basically just like what are the batteries? Not the biggest one, not the D batteries, the C batteries, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like those. We have enough power to, like a C battery a day.
C battery a day.
So we're powerful, bioelectricity. So I think that's what the Skynet is using to power its Terminators is us.
Speaking of that, when I get really hungover,
yeah,
when I wake up, I have like a vibration. Like I feel like there's electricity.
Feel the vibration.
Like I feel like I'm buzzing, like, and then that's how I know I'm gonna start throwing up. Like I have that feeling when I wake up.
I don't know if I've ever experienced that in my life.
Frank talked about it. I guess. Well, you're not quite the alcoholic that we are.
I'm on my second beer of the night.
Hey, man. Phil says check your messages, bro.
Hey, man. No.
Come on, check it.
No.
We want to review your.
God damn it!
Check it out, man.
Son of a. Am I gonna do this on the air?
Yeah, and we want to get your reaction.
Gah.
Just see what it is.
I just want to say, I think this is the first time I've ever got all my bullet points in without forgetting any.
Yeah, I only had to do 5 of mine because you had enough, man. This is great.
I just kept going.
I barely did anything.
I got a message from Phil.
Check it out. We'll do our final stream point for tonight.
That is up to the knuckle.
Isn't that so bad?
That is. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That's not himself. That's somebody else.
No,
right?
but he's into it, man.
Like, think of this: your pinky has, you know, the tip all the way down to that first knuckle. This one's all the way down to that second knuckle.
Ooh,
she's got nails.
Dick hole pleasures.
And this lady has nails.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she has nails. She has longer nails.
Oh yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah,
I can't stop looking at it though.
So I thought you were going to be offended. Now you're into it.
Oh, I'm not into it. Somebody does that to me, they're getting kicked off the bed.
Now you're into
or
it.
wherever I'm at.
Don't let him deny it, Phil. He's into it.
No.
He's with you. I thought he was going to be grossed out. He likes it. Now what are we going to do?
I just remember someone telling me about, like, yeah, they got a glass tube they put up their urethra. I'm like, a glass tube? What happens if it breaks?
Yeah, then you got a broken glass tube in your urethra.
And then you got to go to the fucking doctor. Like, yeah, I slipped. And
I don't know. I can't. I'm a very basic bitch when it comes to porn. It's like, there's no fantasy to it. It's like a woman my age, some cellulite. It's like what I could. If I went outside, it would be something I could generally fuck.
I'm gonna start my own podcast. I'm gonna call it The Art of Dickhole Fingering.
Well, then you could have Phil as your guest.
It's gonna be nothing about that.
DHP.
That's what the hell does DHP stand for?
Every now and then I'll get real grotesque and perverted and get a young girl fucking, and that's what I'll watch. But
wait,
clarify
that a little.
25.
Bit. Okay,
to me he's young. Okay.
What does DHP stand for?
Dickhole pleasures.
Oh, the P. I couldn't figure out the P. Okay.
Dickhole pleasures.
Okay. Well, that's terrible. I friended you, Phil, but I might regret it. So you're on thin ice, buddy. Wearing your hockey uniform.
Yeah. He's a hockey head like Nick.
They play together?
No, but he's into that hockey where they play in a beer league and they take it seriously or whatever.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Don't take anything seriously.
I play beer league kickball, which is basically just as taxing.
Yeah, it's just as physically taxing as
it's just like
that.
hockey.
Yeah.
We play for an hour once a week.
So you're in agreement amongst athletes here.
Yes. So don't take it that seriously, man. The end.
Dickhole pleasures, man.
Phil, it's like I said, thin ice. Don't push it.
All right.
Too deep into the dick hole.
All right. Dickhole pleasures on Radio Underground. You can contact us. radiounderground@msn.com. We are on Twitter, Radio Underground. We are on Instagram. We're on everything. It's Radio Underground. Sometimes it has like a show at the end of it because some idiot took the name. But if it's Radio Underground with our decal, it's us.
Our pictures. But remember, if you are listening to us on YouTube and you have not subscribed to our channel,
subscribe.
You suck, and do it now.
Subscribe to everything we do. Like everything we do. Worship us as we deserve. Because how much content have we put out? 33 episodes now. Multiple clips.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, we don't have every episode on there, though. Not full episodes.
No.
I think we have 70-some-odd videos on there.
We have tons of clips we put out there for people. Tons of full episodes on Buzzsprout, on all podcast formats. Funny clips, funny videos. Post on Twitter. We do all this work, and you guys can't just hit like for us?
Or have all your friends do it, too.
You get everybody into Radio Underground. Help us take over the world so we can make it a better place, because if we build the world in our vision, it won't end badly. It never has. If you have a vision of how the world should be and you implement it with an army, it always ends good.
It's true.
It always ends good. There are no mass graves here. We're not going to do the mass grave thing unless you talk against us.
Do not talk against us.
All right, guys. Radio Underground, we're out of here. I'm Mike. That's Brian. We're done.